Hey friends, Sandra here. Welcome to my channel Starsinpalm, and I hope you guys are excited for Halloween planner time. I'm happy you guys are here, and if you're new to my channel, be sure and hit that subscribe button because you know you want to see more of this. Hopefully you do. I am just working on my happy planner, basically monthly spread. I will be doing a weekly as well, so if you want to see that, you gotta subscribe. I'm using these distress inks to start off this process because I kind of want to make this page look really old and spooky, and I will have links in the description box to all the items that I use that are available online, so if there's anything that you want, it will be linked in the description box below basically, and if it's not there then it's probably no longer available online, but you can always shoot me a comment and let me know, so I'm always happy to help. So what I'm doing right here is I'm basically taking that color and I'm using a scrap piece of paper behind this so that I don't get my desk all dirty and mucky, so I recommend you do the same or use a silicone mat if you have one. I generally use that if I'm going to do this kind of distress ink thing, but I couldn't find my mat anywhere, so maybe it's time to get a new one. I don't know. It's pretty bad when you organize things and then you can't remember where you put them. But yeah, I'm just going around the edges, and this is meant to look kind of messy. At the end you'll see how pretty it ends up looking because of that, and I'm just going around the edges, not trying to be too perfect, because generally when you do this ink process, if you buff away and into the page, you can get a very subtle look, but I wasn't really going for a subtle look because this is Halloween, y'all. Gotta go big or go home. And I went around the edges with spiced marmalade, in case you're wondering what color I ended up using, and now I'm switching those little foam heads on that little tool, and I'm using some black soot to go around the edges because this is really gonna make it pop, you guys. This is gonna give it like that spooky factor, if that makes sense. I just really like the way it looks, and I'm just going to continue to do that around it. I'm not going to go in as much as I did with the orange because I really just want that on the edges, kind of giving it that Halloween-y look, as you can see there. So I really love the way it turned out, and I hope you guys do too. It's even prettier in person, I have to say. It's like a really cool effect. And now I have my washi bowl where I'm trying to decide what washies I want to use, and I got all these awesome Halloween washies I'm dying to use, so you guys are definitely going to see a lot of planner videos. And then I have my planner doodle stamp set, which will be linked in the description box below. I thought it would be cool to use it on this spread just so you guys could see the versatility of using the stamp set. You can use it whether or not it's holiday, or if you want to go for more of a Halloween theme, you can kind of use certain elements from the stamp set, but it's definitely like an everyday stamp set, and I really love it, and I love that heart. It's one of my favorite things from the set, and I know a lot of you guys who did purchase this stamp set wanted to see me use it and show kind of like what I do when I use it, so I thought it'd be great to use it for this particular spread. And for those of you who pre-ordered my Halloween stamp set, thank you! I'm so excited for you guys to have this stamp set in your hands, and I'm so excited to have it in my hands as well. I will be using it in some of my next Halloween videos, so I'm really excited for that. And I will be using that little cake one to mark any birthdays on the spread. As always, you guys, if you did pre-order a stamp set from me, it always takes time to get to you, but I was told that it was going to be around the 15th, so you guys should be getting your stamp set in time to use it for like a Halloween weekly layout. So hopefully, crossing my fingers, I get it even sooner, because I try to ship it out really quickly to you guys once I get it. Right now I'm just adding the little mail and filling things in. When I decorate my monthly spreads or weeklies, I seriously can't talk. I'm like stuttering Stanley over here. Tell me if you guys know what that's from. I'm in a very Halloween mood, as you can tell. And so I just start layering things. I start layering stamps. I start layering for certain days that I know certain things are going to happen on, because I just feel like that's where I want to start, but it really depends on you where you want to go with it. I feel like layering the stamps first lets me know exactly where I want to go with it. This whole process, though, of bringing together the layout little by little in layers is honestly one of my favorite things to do, and is part of the reason that I love planners, is because little by little it starts coming together, and I really enjoy stamping and kind of taking my time with it. I know not everybody's into stamping, and some people prefer stickers and things like that, but I really enjoy the process of stamping because you can really make your layout really unique to you, because no one's going to necessarily put the stamp exactly where you put it, and it kind of just lets you bring in different variables, like how I'm coloring in certain aspects of the stamps, like the planner and the book, which they come with those little coloring parts, And there's my stamp set for Halloween that I designed, and I will have that linked in the description box below for my shop in case you want to pre-order before they're all gone, which they actually are almost all gone. Just a fair warning, because I know a lot of you guys end up emailing me and letting me know, which I do appreciate you guys emailing me and letting me know when you do want to see a stamp back, because only if I get a certain amount of emails from people will I really bring back a stamp, like if I know a lot of people want it back, which is why I ended up bringing back my Summer Lovin' stamp set, which is temporarily back, and there's about 30 sets left right now, so if you wanted to get your hands on that, I would recommend doing that before they're all gone again. I have this old paper in my stack that was from Martha Stewart that I decided to use up because I've been dying to use this up, and I love the papers and all the colors, so I cut a bunch of these out to use to layer on my paper. I love to use scrapbook paper to layer on my layouts and kind of add different elements that stickers alone to me wouldn't add. And then I also use my paper punches, which I will also link in the description box below, and cut out a bunch of circles in different shapes and sizes, and I kind of just do what looks right to me, you guys. And I recommend you do the same. If something looks right to you, then just kind of go with it, because worst case scenario, you could probably pull it up. I know that for me at least, the tape runner that I use, if I really needed to pull it up, I could probably pull it up without completely destroying my page. So and I also have a link to that as well, because I know certain things you can't pull up once you put glue on it, so those you kind of have to be sure of. But for the most part, I say don't be scared and kind of just do what looks right to you. But this is kind of the second aspect of me in my layering. I start figuring out what papers I want where and what I want to put. I had that little pumpkin that was on one of the scrapbook papers, and it's a glittery pumpkin, so I kind of cut it out and put it on Halloween because I just kind of thought it was perfect. I had this little lollipop in my stash, this eyeball lollipop, which I have been hoarding for a while, you guys, but I was like, you know what, it's time. I don't even remember what company it was from that I had that, but I literally loved that thing so much I was hoarding it. So I also cut these labels from my Planner Doodle stamp set. I stamped them and then cut them out. I wanted to show you guys that you don't just have to use those for Project Life, you can also use those for planners. If I have certain days that I want to kind of fill in, but I didn't have a lot going on in those days, I love to kind of just fill those in with pieces of scrapbook paper or stamped images or like that little label that I'm putting there. And I wanted to layer some of that pumpkin washi because I also use washi to kind of start with the whole layering aspect. I kind of like to use it to balance out my layout, and I will be leaving some white space in this layout because when I get my Halloween stamp set, I want to be able to fill in some of that white area with that, as well as leave certain squares open because I may have things going on that day, so I want to have some room to write in for those days. So if you don't have, let's say, your whole month planned out, you don't necessarily want to fill in every square, but you do want to fill in enough that it doesn't look kind of empty. This is another little element that I had been hoarding, and it's just like a little piece of chipboard. I've had it forever, don't remember the brand. If I can find anything similar, I will, but I just love those. Those are like little rock candies that are like crisscrossed with each other, so they kind of almost look like a little V, and I think they're so adorable, so I wanted to use them to bring some purple to this spread. I was kind of playing with the color theme that I wanted to do for this spread. At first I was kind of sticking more to orangey and black, but then I really decided that I wanted to add more purple, and then later on I also decided to add a little bit more green as well because those are all the colors that I love from Halloween, and I also really love stripes as well. It's very like Tim Burton-esque slash Beetlejuice to me, so that's one of the things that I really love. So I thought, you know, what better time to do it than now? But I really feel like there's no better time to do it than whenever you want to do it, because I know for a lot of people Halloween is year-round, you know, just like Christmas is for some people. So right now I'm just filling in certain squares and writing in certain things and aspects, like it was my boyfriend's birthday that day, so I decided to kind of just make little notes and jot things down and start filling in those squares a little bit more, and little days that I have certain things going on, like when certain mail packages are coming and things. I just slowly start to fill these in, and I'm just using my Tombow pen. If I find a good shop that has them, I will link them as well, and then I'm using my Black Wing of Stella because I just love the little brush effect that you get from it, and I love doing my own script, as you guys know if you watch my channel on the reg. So of course I had to do that now, and then the watercolors came out, you guys. I know you were waiting for it. You knew it was gonna happen. It was only a matter of time. So I decided to kind of add little specks of purple throughout my layout. I don't know why I called them specks, but let's just go with it. I knew I wanted to just bring in purple by adding some watercoloring. It's always my go-to thing, you guys, and I love to create kind of like a ombre effect going on doing that. You could also do that with stickers as well as if you have them, but I love to do this with watercolors. Also, a lot of people ask me if watercolor warps your pages. I mean, if you use watercolors, it does slightly warp your pages, but as long as you're not using too much water, it's really not enough to bother anyone, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't bother me personally, but I would say just play with it, and if you do a layout where it has watercolors and you feel like it warps too much, then either you use too much water or maybe it's just not for you. That's my advice on that. And I'm using my water pen to just do this because it's like one of my favorite pens ever. A lot of people ask me, oh, what pens do you use to do script and things like that? And honestly, I feel like any pen could work for you as long as you kind of like it. A paintbrush could work fine too. I just happen to really like a water brush because it keeps me from having water near my desk, and I'm accident prone. When it comes to water, if there's a cup of water near me, I will knock it over. I don't know what it is. It's like we attract each other. It's this bad cosmic energy. I don't even know what to tell you guys, but it's bad. It literally happens to me every time. It's like, last time it almost got all over my planners. I was literally ready to cry, so I'm not even going to relive all of that. But yeah, I just decided to make a little reading list as my sidebar because I don't always use that for notes. And basically right now I'm in the middle of reading The Fifth Wave, and it's a really fun book if you like sci-fi / end of the world kind of books, and it's really fun. So I just wanted to write that there and write notes, as well as color in these little labels with some of that green watercolor to just kind of bring in some more of the green tones. I'm always kind of trying to balance out my page and see what looks right for me. That's why I always emphasize that to you guys. I had these little bottles in my stash, which I kid you not, I forgot that I had for like the longest time, and then I stumbled upon them and I was like, dude, these are so cute. I believe they're from Martha Stewart, like an old collection of hers, and I just freaking think they're adorable, so I had to use them. And they also were green, so it was kind of perfect little element to kind of just balance out my layout. And it says like potions, one has like a little skeleton, the other one has like 3 X's. Like, come on guys, super cute, and they're glittery too. Then I decided to use this spiderweb washi that I had as well. I bought all of these washis mostly recently because I just have been falling in love with all the awesome Halloween washis I've been seeing, so I kind of had to. And I will try to link them if I can find any online that are available. And I decided to kind of just add like a green watercolor as well to this. And I decided I wanted to put a quote right in that one area because I knew I didn't have that much going on in those days anyway. So I thought it was a great way to kind of fill up my page a little while also doing something really cool. And I don't know about you guys, but I love Hocus Pocus. So I thought I'd put like a Hocus Pocus quote on there and kind of make my page really fun. And then again, I'm going in with my Wink of Stella brush and I'm just writing in some of the things that I like, my book and different things like that, because I like to use my sidebar for whatever I fancy. Sometimes I do it for notes, other times I do it for what I'm currently reading or things I want to remember. And again, I'm going in, filling in with different aspects of washi and making up words apparently. And I decided on that, so I'm using my little Tombow Mono Multi Glue that has like a really fine tip, so which is why I like it. And again, that's one of those things where you have to commit because literally this will never come off of here. In the end of the world could come and that little candy corn would still be stuck to that paper. So these little squares I actually punched out, and they're 3x3, and the reason I punched them out in 3x3s, even though they don't fit the squares on this layout, is because I didn't want to have huge 12x12 papers to look at. So this makes it kind of easier to kind of see what patterns I want to use, and then I just use my lead pencil and mark off the actual size of the squares on my little monthly here so that they fit. And I knew I wanted to use some more stripes with like the green pattern because, like I said, very Tim Burton-esque to me, and I just really love it. To me, it just sums up Halloween, so I thought I'd add those as well. And I tried to make sure they were going the right way because I feel like, yeah, it would bother me if they were going the wrong way, and I almost did it too. So I cut those down, and I was still playing with adding some more different colors and things. I had those little angry pumpkins that I actually die cut with a little paper punch that I have in my stash, so that's like a 1-inch punch right there. So it kind of works perfectly. And then I was playing with some other punches that I had cut out. I have another little pumpkin from that same 12x12 scrapbook paper. And there's such beautiful collections coming out paper-wise for scrapbooking that are great for planners, you guys, that I will be linking. below to you guys if you're in the market for a really good scrapbook paper, because literally they give me life, and I'm going to be getting some more because it's just, they're too gorgeous, and I figured I can always use them next year if I don't use them all this year. I did go ahead and add that piece of Halloween paper over the day of Halloween, as well as some pumpkins, because I just wanted to make that corner extra special. And now I'm just sticking down some more of the stuff that I have, those little squares that I went ahead and cut them off camera and just edited out so you guys didn't have to see an extra step that was unnecessary, basically. But right now I'm just in the process of adhering the rest of the things that I have in mind for this layout, and I'm just going step by step on doing that. Adding little bits that I have, like that other little lollipop that I've also been hoarding. I thought it would look great right in that one area, because certain areas, even though you can leave blank space, you don't want to leave too much. But like I said, I will leave certain things blank because I do plan on going back and adding some of my Halloween stamps to this, just because I really want to, you guys. And I added that big little candy corn there on the side, and now I will be doing that quote that I told you guys from Hocus Pocus, and I thought it was so totally perfect for this spread. I thought it'd be kind of silly and fun, and unfortunately it's a little hard to see what I'm doing because like my hand's right in the way as I'm writing, and it's really hard to film yourself while you're trying to write something while not keeping your hand in the way or putting your head in the way. Yeah guys, that's why half the time you end up seeing my big old head in videos, because it's like you're trying to center something and it's like literally mission impossible. So there you go, I wrote that in. It's a full moon tonight, and that's when all the weirdos are out. Who knows who said that? Okay, I'll tell you in a second. Did you guess? Did you guess? It was Danny from Hocus Pocus. Right now I'm using my Sharpie fine point, and I'm going in and adding little details and scripties just to give a little bit more detail to my page. As you guys know, I do love doodling, which is part of the reason I even have stamps to begin with, because I've literally been doodling my whole life. I also found these really fun little Puffy stickers from Walgreens, I believe it was, and they're really cute, and they're kind of like little kawaii looking candy. I would only hesitate to tell you that if you're going to put Puffy stickers, make sure that you're not putting too many, because they really do add kind of bulk to your pages, and that's the one bad thing. Like, if you use Puffy stickers every time on your pages, your planner is going to start getting really, really bulky. So I would just keep that in mind. Sometimes flatter is better in that sense, which is part of the reason that I love stamps, because it's a great way to kind of add dimensions to your pages and details without getting too bulky. And I'm just going in and adding little details, like I'm putting these lines that I'm going to use later on, because like I said, I do go in and add things throughout the weeks in my monthly, because you don't always know what's going to happen throughout the month. So certain areas I will leave blank and leave white space, and I am going to go in with my little notes stamp from Planner Doodle to fill in certain areas, and I can't wait to be able to use my Halloween stamp and fill in certain areas as this in this layout as well. But I will show you guys that probably in one of my weekly layouts. I'll probably flip back to this just so that you guys can see little things I've added to it. And I hope you guys are enjoying these types of videos. I know that a lot of you have asked me to do more planner videos, so if that's something you want to see, be sure and like this video and let me know. I put a lot of work into these videos, but if you guys want to see them, I'm definitely for making them more often. And I'm going to be doing a lot more videos in October, so hopefully I can be doing a lot of Halloween themed planner videos and kind of just turn it into a monthly kind of thing for you guys. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, what you waiting, what you waiting, what you waiting for? No, but literally though, you guys, I really appreciate it. I love all my subscribers. To all my new subscribers, you guys are awesome. I love to hear from you in the comments. I really do read all the comments. I don't always have time to get back to everyone, but I really do try. I'm someone who is very, very grateful and thankful for all the support that I get from you guys, and for all the people who have gone out of their way to pre-order my Halloween stamp set. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I'm almost sold out of it, thanks to you guys. And yeah, if you still want to pick one up, I would do so as soon as possible, but I did end up restocking the Summer Lovin' stamp set since I had so many people asking me, so be sure and check that out if you get a chance. And as always, the links to all the things that I use will be in the description box below, you guys. And thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all are awesome. Be sure and like this video and join my sassy club. Bye, guys! Hey friends, don't forget there's still time to pre-order my Halloween stamp set, and this stamp set could definitely be used all year round, you guys, so you're going to want to get your hands on this. Thanks for watching!